road. This is the first road trip that me and my entire giant family now have taken since the girls were born. We have twin girls, in case you haven't heard about that yet. And I'm just sitting in the car while my wife is driving, and thought it might be fun to talk to you guys and see what's up and chat about whatever you guys want to chat about. As always, Darren Root, captain who's trained in the art of keeping his eye on the road and chat at the same time. No, I'm not driving. I would not be doing this if I was driving, unless I got one of those. See, I thought about doing this at some point, one of those mounts that goes on your dashboard, but then it would be harder to read chat, so I basically just have to kind of ramble without responding to anybody, which, I mean, I'm perfectly capable of doing, but it's not as much fun as talking to you guys and answering questions and things. So yeah, there's 5 kids in this back seat right here. You can't see all of them at the moment, but look, there's Freddy. And do you see Jason and Freddy and Mikey? He's the one in the Batman hat. Cap's living dangerously. No, I'm not living dangerous. What is dangerous? Sitting in a passenger seat, broadcasting on your phone. Hi, Tom. Tom says hi from Walmart. Thanks for the super chat, buddy. Appreciate it, man. So yeah, not broadcasting for any particular reason, except I'm just sitting in a car. This is way too close to me. I need to get one of those mounts anyway, because this is just gonna bounce around. 5590 ERS. Hello. How you doing, buddy? It's good to see you. So yeah, if you guys have any questions or topics, you want to do a little mini Captain Logan show on the road here, we can do that. Brian says, kind of want to get the TMNT Lightning Collection. We talked about this last night for the novelty of having the turtle in the 6-inch Hasbro scale. Good call. That is a good reason, because usually you've just got them in the Playmate scale, the smaller, 3.5, 4 inch. So it would be maybe worth getting them for that. But like I said last night, I just don't love the morphs too much. And by the way, the April from that line is hilarious, because she morphs in the crossover as Pink Ranger. And Sarah, I don't know if you know about this, but it just looks like a Pink Ranger because it's April and there's not anything modified for it at all. But so it's just. Should she be the Yellow Ranger? See, you'd think that, yeah. But that's not what they did. They made Michelangelo the Yellow Ranger.
He should be the Orange Ranger.
Well, see, they had to be Mighty Morphin morphs, so they just picked Mighty Morphin colors. I don't know if you guys can hear my wife right now, but she's talking to me. Yeah, I haven't done this on a phone before. Hopefully the mic is okay and the picture quality is good enough. But I kind of wanted to test this because I thought it might be fun to do this kind of thing whenever I'm able. SS Jerry, hi Sarah and Cap. It's really nice to have the chat right here. Hayden Spring, you should let Jason drive. I shouldn't have read that out loud. CB fan, it's road trip time. It sure is. Big Bad Harv, I'm doing great, man. It's Big Bad Harv. Jer Bear, hi from my couch. Yeah, where's everybody else? Anybody else driving? Anybody else living more dangerously than I am? Because if you're typing right now, by the way, don't do that. If you're driving and texting at me while I'm broadcasting, you're living more dangerously than I am. What's that, Jason?
And you're going to turn into Doctor Strange.
Exactly. You can turn into what, Mike? How's it going, Mikey? Are you having fun in the car? Yeah? Mikey, who's your favorite Power Ranger? What Ranger? It's Green Ranger, right? I'm not sure what he's talking about. He's been talking all day about something he's made up called Soul Ranger, which sounds pretty cool, honestly, but I don't know what that is. And then Freddy's got one that he made up called I gotta talk about this because it's funny, called the Plasma Ranger. And the only reason it became the Plasma Ranger is because at first he called it the Phasma Ranger, and I was like, Phasma's not a thing. Like, Plasma is a thing. But Phasma is a Star Wars character. And if you were the Phasma Ranger, I guess you could be like a Stormtrooper chick that is a Power Ranger. Brightburns, hey Cap, ask Sarah if she's seen or liked any of Alfred Hitchcock's films.
Let's see, I've seen The Bird.
The birds? It's not a singular bird, Sarah.
Yeah, well, and I guess
I've seen
Psycho.
The Bird. Psycho, yeah?
Yeah, they're okay.
Well, you're not a big horror person in the first place. But, you know, I feel like I showed you some Alfred Hitchcock Presents at one point.
Yeah, you showed me one or two. Those were great.
Those are great. That's an anthology show that's kind of Twilight Zone. Those are windshield wipers. Tom, The Adventures of Mighty Captain Logan and his amazing fam. They are. They're very amazing. And sometimes the kids can be loud and irritating in the car. You know why? Because it's a road trip with kids. It's gonna be like that. There's no way around it. What else are folks saying? Mutali, is Sarah driving? Yes, for the last time. I'm not driving, okay? I'm being very, very safe.
Yeah, I'm driving.
If you guys think this is unsafe, then I guess you were also irritated for the first hour of this trip where I was talking to people while simultaneously in a car. Jojiro, what about Birdemic? Sarah likes... It's weird. Sarah doesn't like horror, but she likes goofy B horror to some degree, so maybe she'd like Birdemic. I don't know. But she likes stuff like... what is that?
What was that giant ant movie? Was it Them?
Them, yeah.
That was awesome. Giant shark versus mega octopus.
Yeah, well, Mega Shark
yeah.
versus Giant Octopus, I think.
That's what it was called.
And then,
Something
yeah, it's a couple of those. And I still haven't showed you the Sharknadoes.
No.
And I know a lot of people don't like those because they're like intentionally bad, but I think you would really dig the first two. Everybody is just asking Sarah questions now, so I guess I'm gonna direct some things to you, Sarah. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, you don't have to actually be in this video, but you can talk. I mean, I don't have to aim the camera at you if you don't want me to. Where even are you? I'm trying to... This is awkward, to be honest with you. I think I can camera the other way, so I can go back and forth with it. It would actually look like we had cameras if I did that. Is it gonna let me? It is. Hey, there's my wife. Hi, Sarah. That's going okay. I'm not gonna keep doing that because then she won't want to interact with us. So anyway, let's see. People are asking you things, Sarah.
Okay.
I just had to prove that you were holding the steering wheel. That seemed really important right now. Because I think some people think I'm putting my 5 children's lives in danger by doing the stream. Mutale, has Sarah seen The Room? You know, we keep talking about it.
Have not yet.
She hasn't seen that yet. Sorry about the children arguing in the back seat. You guys can experience the joys of road travel with large families right along with us. Brightburn, are you looking forward to The Batman? Sarah.
The Batman?
Yeah, the new Batman movie that I showed you a trailer for.
Oh yeah. It looks like it could have potential. So, sure.
Wow, millions of questions. Millions of questions. Oh, this is a good one, Jojira. Best... Hey, guys. I'm trying to make a live show here, okay? You guys need to be considerate to the 23 other people in the car right now. Jojira, best road trip song. My favorite is Moving Right Along from the Muppet movie. That's a really good choice. I'm going to go with Jessica. I'm going to go with Jessica. Jason, you want to help me do some Jessica? You ready? Where is Jason? Oh, that is Jason. I keep thinking that's Freddy. Anyway, that was good. Well done, Jason. Okay,
Our definitive answer, start wearing purple.
What? Oh, hi, Freddy. What's up, buddy? The Muffin Man? Not familiar.
Do you know what I'm gonna be when I go full plasma on my plasma ring?
When he goes full phasma? What's that?
I'm gonna be the plasma psycho ranger.
Wow, that sounds nuts. It sounds psychotic, even. You know what we need, Sarah? We need a remake of Psycho about one of the Psycho Rangers. I don't know what that would even look like. Is it just Norman Bates in a Psycho costume running a hotel? Or a motel?
No, the Psycho Rangers show up to a hotel that's run by Lord Zed.
Oh, that sounds pretty cool. But how do you get the shower scene? Like, no, that doesn't happen. No, I mean, he's briefly in that series. but he doesn't do anything important. You know, be the Green Psycho Ranger? It is in the comics, and he's even in the board game. I painted him. You know what color I painted him? Well, anyway. Jojira, one of the Psycho Rangers, is sitting in Norman's mom's chair. Yeah, that'd be great. Where you, like, you don't know that there are Psycho Rangers? So the remake, it's exactly the same movie till you get to the very, very end, and the twist is it's a Psycho Ranger sitting in that chair. That's brilliant. DGMC Family Man Cap, you love to see it. Let's see. Wow, so many questions. There's just too many questions. Tom, $5 super chat. You on Journey, in your journey while listening to Journey. Sarah likes Journey and would listen to Journey.
Absolutely.
We'd do it right now, but we'd get copyright flagged. Cheer Bear! Sarah should watch a film called Rubber. It's about a killer tire.
That sounds awesome.
We gotta do it. I'm sorry, guys. I don't mean to have this so close, but I have to read the chat. So I wish I had a second device sitting with me right now to look at the chat, but then I'd be looking down the whole time.
Sorry,
this is both convenient and inconvenient. Well, but even if we did that, we'd have to set up a hotspot, and I mean, we could do that, I guess. But Captain Kuhn, hey Cap, hi there. If you're still looking for anime to watch, I've got a big list of stuff people have requested, and I've got to get back to that. Ever since Death Note, I just haven't. I started Cowboy Bebop, but I haven't gotten back to it. Fate/Zero and Fate/Stay Night Ultimate Blade Works is something that you might get a kick out of. Each show is around 26 episodes. That's one thing I'm really appreciating about anime versus a lot of American animation is they have a lot of those things have a beginning, a middle, and an end. You know, they're basically like big miniseries, Sarah, where you don't have to worry that it's going to peter out because it gets too popular, and they just keep forcing more stuff out. It's nice. Tom, I have not watched that animated Catwoman movie yet. Hey guys, you gotta be a little quieter because I'm trying to talk to all these folks, all the folks. Let's see, Jojira, I do plan on requesting Space Battleship Yamato. It's the inspiration of season 3 of Enterprise. Is it really? Interesting. I didn't know that, Sarah. That the Zindi arc was inspired by an anime?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Fascinating. So I wonder how much it's the inspiration. I wonder if the Zindi themselves are inspired by that.
Well, I wonder if we watch it and then we find out that it fills in all the gaps of things that they left out of the actual plot.
And doesn't contradict itself at every turn?
Yeah.
You know, where it opens with a premise that actually makes sense, where it's not, here's an idea, let's test out a weapon on the planet that we're going to try to destroy so that we can tip off the people we want to kill that we're coming to kill them. It's so dumb. And it really tells you something that is, in some ways, the best season of that show. Brightburn, I wonder if Sarah liked both Wonder Woman films. I gotta go back up to more Sarah questions. There's a bunch of them.
Yeah. Yes, I liked both of them.
Yeah, you liked 2 better than anybody I know except for Eric. He really likes that movie.
It's a lot of fun.
I like things about it, but it is stretched to the bone. There's no reason that needed to be 2.5 hours.
This is true, but it was fun.
It's very long. Hayden Spring, hi from dreading going to work. Yeah, I want to know where people are. Jojira, I'm home but got back from groceries. Good job, way to get your groceries. We did that this morning too. Brian, there's no skirt on the April Ranger. I guess that's the big difference. If you really wanted a 6-inch pink Ranger with no skirt, you can get that now. You can get it. Yeah, I'm looking to see if there's more questions for Sarah. I thought I missed a couple, but now I'm not seeing them. Lewis Cox, Cap, what superhero movies does Sarah like?
I like lots of them. Let's see.
Pick your 3 favorites. Go.
Just off the top of my head.
Hey, I have to do this on a weekly basis, man. That's my job.
I'm not used to this.
Let's see if Sarah can do my job as well as I can do it.
Okay.
She'll be more brief. I'll tell you that.
Okay, let's see. Captain Invincible, 60s Batman, and...
I hope everybody can hear my wife.
Okay, let's see. Gotta think of one more.
Oh, and I hope the air conditioning is not getting on the mic too much.
How about, First Guardians?
First Guardians, sure.
Yeah. My list would probably change if I had half an hour to think of it.
Speaking of Guardians, well, thanks for doing that, right? That was good, Sarah.
Yeah.
That was actually better than me because I would have done mini reviews of all of them and wasted everyone's time. Rainbow Nightmare. Speaking of Guardians and James Gunn, thoughts on Peacemaker? James Gunn should reboot Batwoman and set it in that universe. You know what? I agree with that, having not even watched that show. But, no, I still haven't seen any of that. And I will at some point. I talked about this on the Captain Logan show last night. Did I just do a Captain Logan show last night? No, 2 nights ago. Last night was video game movie mania, wasn't it? But I am just a little bit tired of raunchy, dark superhero stuff. It's just a taste thing right now. We're just inundated with that at the moment, and I've got to be in just the right mood for it. So I'll get back to it at some point. It's funny, everybody I've talked to that's been watching that show loves it, except for Connor. Not to throw Connor under the bus, but he's not happy about the Peacemaker show, and everybody else seems to really like it. That I've heard from anyway. Yeah. Mutale, I believe Sarah likes the Ant-Man movies.
I do. I love the Ant-Man movies.
Guys, let me know if you're having any trouble hearing Sarah, but it doesn't seem like folks are, so that's good. Mutale, has Sarah seen the Snyder Cut? Not yet. Not yet. We haven't had 4 hours to sit down together and watch that. And I don't think she wants to either. I think there's also that.
Yeah, he's going to have to do a lot of persuading.
And I don't care that much if you see that movie. Like,
it's better. It's like a bit better than the original, but not by a lot. So, like, there's no point in watching it.
I still say if I could do a recut of that where it's in hour-long episodes, you'd probably like it better.
You think?
Yeah, it's hard to do one sitting of that. John Henry, what are Sarah's thoughts on Lord of the Rings compared to Dune?
Oh,
just write us a paper here, Sarah.
Wow. Okay.
Sorry to throw that at you.
Well,
it sounds complicated.
Well, I love both.
Do you want me to turn the camera on you or to not turn the camera on you?
I'm good either way.
Does it make a difference?
I'm good either way, as long as I can concentrate on the road and have to play to the camera.
Well, no, not at all. I just don't want you to be self-conscious or feel like you got to put on a performance here. Sorry, I'm trying to get this camera to switch.
Yeah.
There we go, sorry.
Yeah, no, I love both of them. Man, they're both really great expansive universes. I'd say I would actually have a hard time picking a favorite between the two. Because I've read Lord of the Rings maybe 2 or 3 times. I've read Dune through 2 or 3 times. And I love all the political stuff in Dune. I love the stuff with the Bene Gesserits. That's probably my favorite part of that. Yeah. No, I love both of them. Lord of the Rings, I think they finally did a really good job putting that on screen. And still kind of waiting for the real good version of Dune. And I think we might possibly have it with what's, starting to come out. I really liked the first half of what we saw, and waiting for that second half, because that's really the better half of the book. So looking forward to seeing that come out.
We finished that movie and Sarah was like, okay, so can we just go on to the next one? And I'm like, the man's not made it yet. It's going to be a while. Sarah, would you say that you're a bigger fan of one of those properties over the other, or is it kind of a tie?
It's kind of a tie. I mean, Lord of the Rings goes back. I read that for the first time in 6th grade. So I read The Hobbit in 5th. It's Lord of the Rings in 6th.
And Dune's way more recent for you. That's like
Dune is
4 or 5 years ago, right?
Yeah. I want to say it was after Freddie was born even that I started getting into that. And I read the first book, because the movie, the old movie with Patrick Stewart, ages,
We always say that as if he was the star of that film.
I know, but I mean, It's kind of the way everyone knows
It's
it.
not inaccurate. It's the one with Patrick Stewart.
Everyone knows what you're talking about if you say that. Or, okay, the one with Sting. I mean, he's in even less of it. But, I mean, that movie's hilarious, and it's ridiculous, and it's awesome all at the same time. Definitely not the definitive version, but worth watching. But yeah, so I kind of grew up with the movie and had never seen, or had never, really read the book. And then finally I got some time to just say, okay, I'm just going to break down, read the book. Loved it, kept going, read all the sequels, and, I'd say the third and the fifth ones are my favorite. So, but yeah, they're both, I mean, they're really good. I would reread all those books, Lord of the Rings and Dune.
And both things I have a hard time getting into the pros of, but we've talked about this before.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Sarah's dealing with some construction stuff going on here. So, or is it crashes or something?
Looks like a semi went off the road.
There's an oil tanker or something.
No, there's a semi that went off the road. The tow trucks are finally here to try to pull them out.
Good job, tow trucks. I would applaud, except I'm holding my phone. Okay. Lots and lots of comments and questions here. I'm going to scroll up a little bit. I still can't get my mind around... I've talked about this before, but Sarah, I still can't get my mind around the fact that that Children of Dune sci-fi miniseries included James McAvoy.
Oh, yeah.
When Patrick Stewart was in the original, and both of them were kind of unknown.
Yeah.
Because McAvoy's face is on the cover of that, but his name's not at the top with all the other actors.
Yeah, and I still need to watch that.
Yeah, I've never seen it either.
Yeah.
Okay, John Henry, thanks, Sarah. I thought Lord of the Rings was the greatest story of all time, so I'm intrigued by Dune. Check out that movie, it's wonderful. Cinegraphic, would Sarah agree that Empire Strikes Back and Revenge of the Sith are two of the best Star Wars movies in the saga?
Empire, yes. Empire, definitely yes. I'd have trouble picking any Star Wars movie outside of the original trilogy.
I was trying to flip that camera back, but it's not letting me do it.
Yeah, I like all three of the original trilogy. Empire probably is the best of the three, although I really have a hard time deciding.
That's not true.
But
What's not true?
Revenge is way better.
Better than what? I don't think you know what movie we're talking about. We're talking about episode 3 in the prequels. Yeah, we're not talking about Empire. We're not talking about Return of the Jedi. We're talking about Revenge of the Sith. That's, yeah. No, I know what your opinion is on that, and it's not what you just said. I know that. Hi, Nicholas. McFarlane Toys just announced a new wave of Batman 66 figures. Sorry if I'm late. I'm going to have to look that up and see if they're finally putting out any figures that weren't in the original Mattel line, because so far they haven't put out anything that wasn't released previously, and I don't like the designs quite as well. They're fine, but I don't think the faces look as close to the actors as the Mattel figures did.
Yeah, I would love to play Adams.
Yeah, and King Tut.
King Tut.
And it'd be nice to get an Alfred in that scale, and yeah.
The animated series.
Oh, that would be great. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can hear Jason. Darren Root, your son is right. Rainbow Nightmare, people are upset about Tails' actress not being on the poster. Order 66 scene was brutal. I don't know what we're talking about. Unless you're just talking about Order 66 in Revenge of the Sith. And I always thought that was handled in something of a lame way, really, but I've done a commentary on that with Dan Torrey, if you want to find out what my opinions are, because I don't totally know them right now. I haven't seen that movie in a long time. What else is going on? Welcome, folks. I'm in a car. No worries, I'm not driving. My wife is doing that. Everybody thought that I was being horribly dangerous holding a phone and driving, but that's not what's happening. Brian, a false face figure, that would be cool too. And that should come with different faces that you could put on his face. Oh, Nicholas says Eartha Kitt as Catwoman is a new figure. So Sarah, I'm gonna have to actually start buying some of those.
Sounds like it.
But I'm not gonna buy that entire line just to have them all match. I'm just gonna get the ones that I don't have already because the scale is close enough. I don't need to rebuy all that. Again, especially because I don't think they're quite as good. Cinematographic, what if the events of Star Trek Insurrection, with the exception of Remember When We Were Explorers, were just a holodeck training simulation called the Briar Patch Theory? I mean, I don't think there's anything in Insurrection besides Troy and Riker getting back together that is really even all that consequential. Like, it's easy to write that off just because nothing really matters that much in it, right? But if you did, you know, if you had that just be a holodeck thing, it'd be like when you get a Nemesis, oh, I guess Riker and Troy finally just decided to get married. All right. Code Anime fan, I hope they make Egghead. You can never have enough Vincent Price. I hope they do that too. Yeah, the Mattel stuff, they never got to any of the original villains for that show. It was just kind of the four you know from the movie, I believe. There wasn't even a Mr. Freeze. I hope they do that. And it'd be nice to get, I mean, I hope they do a deep dive eventually and you get like both Mr. Freezes, or were there three, like with Catwoman? I think there actually might have been three different people that played Mr. Freeze, I forget now. And then we could get the other Riddler. I mean, I don't love that version, but it'd just be neat if they did it. Okay, Code Anime fan says they aren't allowed to make toys of Gordon or Robin's aunt because of licensing issues. Okay, I didn't know that. I do hope, but yeah, they've never done that in any line. They've done Alfred. I do hope they make Chief O'Hara. I wonder what the licensing issue is with specifically those characters. That's very strange. Is it because of those actors? Maybe? But it would be weird to get a Chief O'Hara and not a Gordon. So, yeah. Okay, everybody, start asking some questions specifically for Jason, because I'm going to hand the phone back to the back seat and let him take over for a few minutes, because I told him I would do that.
Oh, no.
Welcome, folks, if you're hanging out. Hey, Mikey, you're going to have to be good back there, okay? Because Jason is going to make a show in the back seat there, and you're going to have to let him do that, okay? Can you do that? Okay. I'm gonna hand this all the way back, and then in a few minutes, I'll come back again. Are you ready, Jason?
Sure.
Okay, here it comes. Oh, guys, also, there's every possibility at some point we lose signal on our way to St. Louis, and if that happens, bye, thanks for being here. So anyway, I'm handing this back to Jason. Here we go. Enjoy the ride all the way to the back of the Suburban. Oh, Jason, I haven't told him about the Jurassic Park car.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Hello. How are you? I have to put my seatbelt back on because this is like the biggest car in the world.
Do you see how the chat works?
Yeah.
And then press that arrow to pull up, and then you can scroll.
Yes.
It's set up really nicely, actually.
It is. Yeah, I've never actually done it before. Okay, well, hello. Hidden Spring. Tell us about the best Power Ranger season and why is it SPD? It is SPD. And the reason is, what is my reasoning? I mean, the pilot is really well shot. Like, it takes the entire, it's just like the lead up for the show, and it makes the show really good. And some episodes are, like, I go back to them, and I'm like, why did I like this? But I feel like that's the same thing for a lot of Power Ranger seasons, like Space. Like, I went back to that episode where TJ gets amnesia, and that does not hold up well at all. And I don't know why I went back to that all the time. Oh yeah, we are watching Through Space right now, and we are going to review it. Hey Jason, what is Lewis Cox? Hey Jason, what is your favorite superhero, Batman or Spider-Man? I've always said Spider-Man.
What is your favorite superhero? Why is it Batman?
It's not Batman.
Why is it Batman?
Hello, Austin.
Hey, it's a day ghost.
He just said, "What's up?"
This is one of the only times you'll see the day ghost in the day.
Yeah, Hayden Spring, Mikey, what?
I got Mike. He's trying to steal the spotlight.
Hayden Spring, Kruger is my all-time favorite Ranger. I mean, he's not my favorite Ranger. He's one of my favorite characters, but... Oh, apparently Austin's been shoveling snow for 2 hours.
You okay? I'm pretty sure it snowed on 95% of the Earth the other day.
So, yeah, I think my favorite is still Spider-Man. I grew up with a lot of Spider-Man, and I watched a lot of the 90s show, and I remember watching Amazing Spider-Man 2 in the theater, and then I reviewed the first 3 of the Raimi trilogy, so yeah, he's probably my favorite. I still like Batman, but I did grow up with Batman more than Spider-Man, but I still like Spider-Man. And, like, he has actual powers, and Batman doesn't have any powers. He just has a grappling hook. And then in The Batman, he has 2 grappling hooks for no reason.
We don't know if it's no reason. We haven't seen the movie yet.
Code Geese anime fan, Jason, do you like Avatar: The Last Airbender? I've seen the first... I've seen like the first 10 episodes, and yeah, I mean, it gets a little bit inappropriate here and there, but it's good. Oh, also, guess what? I dyed my hair. I highlighted it blonde. I like it.
Well, saying it like that makes it sound like you went out and bought some product and just got it in there.
I didn't highlight it. Someone else highlighted it for me. I went to a place, and then they highlighted it.
We're looking at the future. You can just buy highlighters and do that yourself. Like highlight Mario. I highlight my hair.
Vince Burns, Jason, favorite Spider-Man suit? Oh. Maybe 2099 because I played with a figure when I was... I had this, like, huge, like, figure.
Sarah says Scarlet Spider.
Yeah.
That's in my top 3.
Oh, yeah, that's in my top 3, yeah.
I would give her
Oh my
a
gosh.
5, but she's driving, and then everybody would think I was being dangerous.
Austin said the exact same thing that you said. He said you grabbed a highlight and colored your hair, and then he was like, "Oh, your dad beat me by a second."
I had to beat him to the joke, yeah.
Yeah, he was right there. He didn't even. Hayden
I gotta keep my
Spring.
reputation for being funnier than the rest of them.
Hayden
Although I don't
Spring.
think I had that reputation.
Hayden Spring has 2 questions. Jason, did you like No Way Home? Yes, I did. It was kind of cool, and I was not expecting it to have all 3 Spider-Mans. Spider-Men, I guess. And then it also has a, like, I mean, the villain motifs are terrible, but, you know, whatever. It's MCU. I'm used to it. Okay. Vince Burns, Jason, is your dad driving? No,
I'm not driving.
he's not driving. And also the other Hayden Spring
Who's
question.
Hayden Springs in the comments. He's one guy.
The other Hayden Spring question is: are you more fun than your dad? I don't know.
Who's more fun and why isn't your dad?
I don't know. Probably Dad, because he has a YouTube channel, and I've tried the YouTube channel, but like
Your YouTube
I haven't
channel is
had-
awesome. It's just
I haven't had enough
take
time.
off.
Yeah.
have to have enough
Oh my!
time.
Austin said this is a Cap can't drive stream.
No, it's a Cap not driving stream. It's if I can drive. Can I see that?
Yeah.
Here, I'll give it back. If this was Cap can't drive, you would see us get into a wreck. Because Cap can't play his look. He's trying to play a video game, but he's terrible at it. Like, imagine what a Cap can't drive would be. Whoa! We're swerving everywhere. We just ran into the back of a dump truck, you guys. Haha, Cap can't drive.
Crazy taxi.
Are you ready?
Here we go.
Anyway, here, why don't you take this back for a little while, Jason?
Okay.
You're doing pretty well. Looks like everybody's having a good time.
Hello.
Wow. Wow.
I'm trying to. Oh, thank you for saying that you liked my hair. I'm trying to find stuff. Austin, Jason, you should look into the one cool comic character, Man-Thing.
He's obsessed with Man-Thing.
Oh. Wendell Jones, hey Jason, can you still do your Bane impression?
Hi, Wendell. How you doing, man?
Probably
No,
not.
what's the man?
I can't
Let's hear it.
anymore.
Well, it's not gonna sound like it did when
And
you
also, I don't have my voice box. I need my voice box.
We're gonna get through this Cap can't drive with no survivor.
I'm trying to find Brian Panigua. Jason, who's the worst Red Ranger?
Oh, I know the answer.
Oh, I know. Oh gosh, what's his name? The guy from Megaforce.
Jake. From Megaforce.
No, that's Black.
Oh, I don't like him either.
No.
That kid from Megaforce, I don't like him.
Yeah. No, Troy.
Troy.
Yeah, Troy sucks.
Troy does suck.
No.
Mikey's having problems back there.
Boonville.
Mikey, sit up. Another Batman or Spiderman question from Utale.
You get a lot of that.
Jason, would you rather Batman or Spider-Man patrol your city? Now that I'm going to say Batman, because he just has more sidekicks and stuff, and it would just be a more like, oh, he's actually going to be able to do this.
Yeah, Spider-Man gets all his friends from alternate universes
Yeah.
these days.
Vince Burns, do you like RPM? Yes, I do like RPM. It's my third favorite season, and the Black Ranger is amazing in that, and it has actual actors, and
It does have actual actors.
and it's like very dramatic, and it's like a different show.
Jason, you want to get that back up here?
Yeah.
Those guys are getting on.
Yes. Oh, one more. Utale, Jason, have you seen Venom Let There Be Carnage? Yes. That movie is like, I think I liked it more than Dad, but not by much. I don't like that movie. It's not Carnage. It's just some random guy with red hair.
Okay, I'm back. I'm getting neck strain. Just looking back at Jason. Ah. That's rough. Where's the chat? There's the chat. Austin, look, Jason did not watch the Clifford movie, okay? Brian, father and son review of Joker 2019, please. I don't think Jason can see that movie yet. He's still a little bit too young for that. I did start showing him Logan though, and then something happened. We never finished it, so we're gonna have to
kept watching it like 10.
go back and start. Well, it was too late at night. Yeah, but that's the only time we can watch it because we got little kids. By the way, we've been broadcasting now for 40 minutes, and you guys haven't heard the girls at all. They're back here. I swear. But they're both asleep. Yeah. Here, I'm gonna prove that we have baby girls. Look, so there is Cassandra's hand. Yep, Cassandra's
I can get like
hand.
I can take it and get it.
No, that's okay. I just wanted to prove that Cassandra is there and she has hands.
Oh, well, that might just be a doll.
I also need to prove once again that Sarah's the one driving because no one believes this apparently. And I don't know why. Well, I hope you guys are having a good time. It's super nice of everybody to, you guys are just seeing the driving. It is super nice of you guys to pop in and hang out with us for this completely pointless live stream. I just wanted to see if anybody was around and what you guys might want to chat about because I very rarely have this kind of downtime or just have nothing going on right now because it takes time to travel. It'll be nice when we have transporters and we can go, I want to go to St. Louis, and then you just step in there and then you're there. But as it is right now, we still have to do this archaic road travel. It feels archaic now. Hey, it's DJ. Cody Anime Fan, where's DJ? Is he in the trunk? DJ, I am. Yeah, he's back there. He's with the dogs. Vince, Cap, you should do a mini marathon on the 1960s Mr. Freeze episodes. I mean, that's interesting. There's other episodes I'd rather do if we're doing a marathon, but we should. The only reason I haven't done a mini marathon of 60s Batman yet is because it's not available for streaming anywhere, but a lot of people have those discs, so we should do that at some point. I did one years ago with Eric on a few episodes, but Austin's got those, so we'll do that at some point. We've talked about it. Sorry guys, give me just a second. What's going on back there? You guys all right?
Freddie was putting his hand up high, and I think Mikey thought that he was trying to grab Mikey's stuck hand.
You guys are getting a window into my really exciting personal life here. This is what it's like
Stop putting your hand up.
when you're a father of many children. Hayden Spring. Sarah, this is funny. I'm going to make you answer this one.
Okay.
Rank your children by strength.
By strength.
And that's
Let's see.
probably just an age thing, right?
Let's say Jason's the strongest. And then probably Freddie, Mikey, and Selena, and then Cassandra. What do you think? You put the girls in that order too, Jay?
Yeah, I think so, because my wife calls me Captain Logan. I think I would. The only ones that there's really any discussion to be had about are the ones that are the same age, right?
Yeah.
I am taking your hand.
I mean,
it helps that they're all like 3-4 years apart. So.
if we were ranking them by like mechanical skills, it wouldn't necessarily be by age.
No, it'd probably be Mikey, Freddie, Selena, Jason, Cassandra.
You know, I'm more comfortable with that once I see Mikey put something back together as opposed to just pulling something apart.
Okay, so
But,
it might be Freddie.
Day Ghost, rank your children by level of stealth ability. Well, now we're just putting them in an RPG. They're just RPG
Now
characters.
that's Mikey first,
Yeah.
and then Freddie.
You know, that might be an interesting method of parenting, Sarah, where or discipline or something, where you when your kids want something, you just roll d20s with a certain like number of when they can get a thing and when they can't. It's like,
We should totally do that.
oh, you want a cookie? Roll a d20, see if you get a cookie. I don't know if that's clever or child abuse. I don't know. Code Geese, how many people are in the trunk? It's just DJ and some. I mean, we don't. You know, there's a lot of space back there, but I don't know if I can get that many more DJs in the trunk. Mutale, rank your children by geekiness. Why are we ranking our children?
Let's see.
geekiness is in the eye of the beholder, man. I mean, they're all geeky about different things. They're our kids.
Jason,
are you gonna do it?
Mikey, Freddie, Selena, Cassandra.
I mean, I don't know if you can rank babies by geekiness. Selena definitely seems geekier somehow, just naturally.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's mostly a wash, but you know, if you have to.
I agree with that.
He's not trying to grab her cheese. Mikey, for Freddy, stop putting your hand in the eye.
Now it feels like reality television. Look at all the drama going on in the backseat here.
Well, I don't like that. Stop
I'm,
putting your
I'm just excited that we got 45 minutes in here before this happened.
He doesn't. He just doesn't like me taking it off.
Can we get on MTV now? I think maybe we can. I think maybe we could.
I don't like him.
I think the joke is on you guys
I don't like
for spending your precious time being in a car with a big family on a road trip. Nobody likes road trips with big families. That's no fun. I mean, we're having as much fun as we can, but no, it is fun.
Don't put your hand up.
Joe Gira, the Captain Logan Show road tour. I mean, I'd love to stop at some places and see some subscribers, but we don't have time for that. We are only out of town a couple of days. We're going to see all the family, or all Sarah's family, that we weren't able to see over Christmas because we all got sick and we couldn't leave town. And that was unfortunate. So we're already almost at March, and we're finally having Christmas with people. And I don't know if you had this thought, Sarah. You know what the irony is? My dad moved heaven and earth to make sure that he came over to our house before Christmas, like earlier in December, so that we didn't end up having to wait till March to see him, because that's happened so many years.
Yes.
And then he's the only person this year we saw before Christmas.
That's true. That's true. Or even like around Christmas, before New Year's.
Lewis Cox, best thing on YouTube. I mean, I don't know what that says about YouTube, but I really appreciate that. That's such a nice thing to say. Jared, the Captain Logan Show 1.5. I do this as a regular thing. If we were on road trips all the time, I would totally broadcast like this. This is really fun. Daniel Davis, kids' snow day out. Well, I mean, it's a Saturday, so like our kids are homeschooled, but it's not even like a snow day. It's a regular day to travel. Assign each child, this is Hayden Spring, a different lantern corps. I don't know if you know the spectrum. I don't know how well I remember all of the spectrum.
Let's see. Well, Freddy's the Red Lantern.
Absolutely. Freddy absolutely gets the rage thing,
Mikey's
sure.
a Yellow Lantern.
That's not a thing.
Yes, it is.
It's a sinestro lantern.
Well, yeah, but it's still a yellow lantern.
So it's cool.
Let's see. Does Jason get a Black Lantern just because it's cool?
Has he died?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm the
I'm running on a lantern.
I mean, he's probably not indigo, and I don't know how greedy he is, so...
I think Selena gets a Green Lantern.
Selena has the most willpower?
I'm the
Yes.
love lantern.
Yes, have you seen her move around and try to get things?
Okay, so somebody is freaking out at me here, and I don't know if they're just excited that I'm broadcasting, or if once again somebody thinks that I'm being really dangerous in driving. Blue Mage with Soul Edge is a name I don't immediately recognize. Hi, yo! In all caps with a bunch of exclamation points. Yo, Captain, what are you doing? I'm broadcasting. I'm talking. It's fun. Code Anime Fan Cap, if you considered having you and your family move so you can live closer to Eric. We actually live relatively close to Eric. He's just recently moved like 45 minutes away maybe, but no, we have not. And we love our house that we just moved into 2 years ago. And it will be a good long time before we move again. In fact, we're talking about, if resources allow, up moving, trying to get some farmland, keeping our house, and having a couple of homes, maybe a kind of summer home kind of situation, or like a monthly retreat kind of thing. We're talking about lots of stuff. OAW, shout out to Cap and the fam. Have a safe trip. Thanks very much. No, I'm not going to formally adopt Eric. Eric is has a girlfriend and is doing pretty good. Brian, the No Way Home review hurt my feelings. I mean, I heard that a lot, and I apologize. We were just calling it like we saw it. I'm glad you enjoyed it more than me. Blue, and like I said in that review, I'm not going to go back and re-review that. I enjoyed it a lot on first viewing, but it just kept falling apart the more I watched it, and I always dislike that ending quite a bit. Blue Mage with Soul Edge, are you willing to do another 100 Days of X like you did with Spawn? What do you mean 100 days? You mean like another year kind of thing? Or, because that wasn't just 100 days, that was 365 days. The short answer to that is probably not, just because I don't have the kind of time that I did back then to do that sort of thing and to commit to a thing like that, and it made it really difficult to do anything else when I was shooting Spawn Year, and I have tried to come back and do something similar with Batman Year, and started that 2 different times and was not able to commit to it the way I want to. So yeah, I mean, if I did something like that at all again, it probably wouldn't have a narrative component. And if I ever did the narrative thing again, it would probably be a lot shorter and just a movie with or without review. But I have kicked around writing a movie script and doing something in that vein that was just a feature. Jason and I have talked about making something, about kind of co-writing something together. Jason, I still don't know what that project would be, but I think it would be a lot of fun to do.
Yeah.
Where basically Jason and I are... Oh, you're fine. Jason's like, I really hate when my dad live streams. It's just every time we go somewhere, he pulls out his phone. It needs to stop right now.
I'm not writing that way. I'm writing about the place.
Lewis Cox, Kappa, all these people put me on this. Kappa, what are your thoughts? Or sorry, what are you doing with Morphin Mania? Right now, that show is defunct. There was not enough interest in it to commit to it. I miss it. I really want to do more of that with DJ. He and I have talked about it, and he's got his own channel now, and between that and what he does for me on YouTube, he's not sure about a time commitment in trying to do more of that. If we did that, it would be kind of a vanity thing just for us, and I appreciate your interest and the few people that were watching that, but it's hard to commit to it, and so I cannot promise that will come back, or when it does, how much more of that show we'll do. I want to do more Power Ranger stuff, and particularly related to the board game. And believe it or not, there seems to be more interest in that even than there was people watching us do reviews of individual Power Ranger episodes. But I want to do more overviews of seasons. I want to do more stuff with more reviews of comics, and kind of do a deep dive into all the Boom stuff. And I'm kicking around if I can ever find the regular time doing the regular Power Rangers thing where I kind of jump around to different stuff, because there does seem to be enough interest that I might be able to get away with that, because it's just a thing I really want to do right now. So I don't know. Like I've said before, it's always finding that balance between doing what you really want to do and doing a thing that anybody cares about. If we had kept Morphin Mania on the channel and hadn't taken it to its own channel, because we really thought maybe it would take off by itself and it didn't, we might have continued on with it longer. But considering that it's not material for the channel now, and that for the most part we've stopped doing, with the exception of Crypto Freaks, we've kind of stopped doing series on, serialized like that, where you do every episode of a thing. I've gone to much more kind of overviewy stuff and samplings and stuff. I'm not sure that would ever happen again here. Anyway, I can't believe I've been broadcasting almost an hour already. It's wild. Jared, I thought he was on the top of the car. I mean, how do you, what, me? Who did you think was on top of the car? DJ? Austin's up there. Jajira, I just got the Power Rangers role-playing game. I want to get that, although I've been trepidatious about it because I've never done tabletop, really. Like tabletop RPG, and it looks complicated, and it doesn't look like the best entry-level thing necessarily. I've got reservations about some things I've heard about it, but I've bought everything else Renegade has done for Power Rangers. I support that company really hard because, A, the products are wonderful, and Heroes of the Grid is the greatest board game of all time in my mind of stuff I played, but also because they're so customer-centric over there. They do a wonderful job of customer service, and I just love them. So I will probably get that stuff eventually. Brandon, I know this is an older, not that Brandon Menino. I know this is an older topic, but please don't give up on Cowboy Bebop for episode 5. It's my favorite piece of entertainment ever created, and I think episode 5 is a masterpiece. I definitely will continue on with that show. I just haven't gotten back to it quite yet. Hayden, Connor, go help Austin. He needs help shoveling snow. We're not doing Clifford Mania, Austin. Just stop it. We're not doing that. Hayden Spring, I just want to see you watch SPD. Yeah, what I would most likely do after Mighty Morphin era, because if we ever got back to that show, I would want to at least finish Mighty Morphin era and then probably skip around some. I had the thought of going to each series and just doing mini marathons where we sample stuff. We'll do like the first and last episodes and then some important episodes in between. And considering Austin and I have been doing those mini marathons on Fridays, I could see us maybe doing some Power Rangers down the road on that. DJ RIP Morphin Mania. Yeah, that's TJ going, we're just not going to get back to it. It's probably not going to happen. But I do miss it. But that doesn't mean we won't ever do commentaries on any of that material. Tom, $2 super chat. I can't wait for the Bat Family compound. I don't know what that means, but thanks for the super chat once again. Brian, you should ask Ying if they're allowed to use the movie stuff in Heroes of the Grid. So I've heard him talk about that before, and feel free to bring up on Thursday when we have Jonathan Ying on. He's the creator of the Heroes of the Grid game. He's going to be talking with me next Thursday on the Captain Logan show. Feel free to bring up anything you want to with him, but I know the answer to that already, so I'm happy to tell you about it. He has said that Hasbro does not have the rights to the 95 movie stuff. I don't know about the 2017 movie, but I assume it's the same situation there. He was asked in a stream a few months ago what character, if there were any characters that he could say for sure. Hey guys, I'm doing a stream here. Thanks. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and log off here in a minute. But we've been talking for about an hour, and the kids are getting antsy, so we'll go ahead and jump off here in a second. But Jonathan Ying said, somebody asked him if there was any character that he knew for sure would never be in the game, and he said, I can say with 100% certainty that unless something crazy drastic changed, Ivan Ooze. And people ask him about that all the time, and he said that character will never show up in the game because they just don't have the rights to use that stuff. Jajira, yeah, I think the 95 movie is still Fox, which is now Disney, yeah, so that will never happen. Yes, I like tacos. Marvel fan, have you watched Book of Boba Fett? Just the first episode. And I need to get back to it. And I thought it was fine. Rainbow Nightmare, have you watched Kid Cosmic? I still haven't. I gotta do that. It said finished on the 3rd. Or caught up with Disenchantment. I haven't caught up with Disenchantment yet either. I gotta do that. It's hard to find time to watch everything. Well, everybody, thanks so much for hanging out with us. And this was a lot of fun. I was not expecting the turnout that we had here. I will definitely consider doing this more often on road trips. Considering how well this went. And I hope you guys were able to hear us and see us okay, because I've never done this with just a phone before. But depending on what's happening and what the situation is on the way back, I might do another one of these tomorrow. But yeah, I gotta go ahead and get going. Thanks a lot for watching. Hey Sarah, thanks for answering some questions.
Sure.
We haven't heard from you in a little while.
I know, I've been concentrating on the road. One of us has to be driving safely.
Right, yeah, exactly. You know, and it can't be me because I'm holding a phone. Okay, hold the phone. Anyway, well, we'll see you later, folks. Thanks so much for watching. And I got to figure out how to actually close the stream here. But we're going to go. Hey, Jason, do you want to say anything to everybody before I go?
Goodbye.
That was enlightening, really.
Bye.
Oh, Freddie says bye.
Thank you for all the questions.
Yeah, you guys were great. I sure appreciate it. Bye, guys. See you later.